Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste, Batuji. Namaste.
So we are continuing with this last part of Module 6, the
Very
same
good.
case study on Lesson 6,
Okay, very good.
where the world teacher is asking the lady to actually to see the problem before looking for a solution, because she's looking for the solution. And the world teacher is saying something very interesting here, is about that she wants to be free of the pain, but what about the pleasure that comes with that possessiveness and that attachment?
Right.
So how can one navigate through that process when one is having both the pleasure of that possessiveness and that even that idea of having that thing with them, and that pleasure with that, and the pain of that feeling of that negativity or the jealousy, both are there when that envy and jealousy is there. So how do we navigate through that process?
That is very simple because both are there and the pleasure will flow into the pain and they're interconnected. They're two sides of the same coin, pleasure and pain.
Yes.
So when pleasure reaches a maximum, then it'll flip and it'll go into pain.
Yes.
So she has had enough of pleasure, but it is contaminated and it is marred because of the ensuing pain, which will always come in the wake of pleasure.
So why do even people have this pleasure or this possessiveness, the idea of possessiveness on something or someone all the time?
Um,
Why? What is missing in those people? Is it that they feel insecure and lonely, or is there something else that actually causes them to have this idea of possessiveness, and they keep possessing all the time, even though the pain is coming to them? But the idea of the possession is so strong that they try to continue to stay on that.
But you can't indefinitely stay with that pleasure because it's in the very nature of pleasure to mature into pain. That's the nature of that. They constitute a dual pair.
Yes.
This, like, if you take, you look at politics, what is happening.
Yes.
There are politicians who go from prison to power and power to prison. You observed it in the papers, correct? Now they constitute a dualistic pair. So everything will become its opposite. Yin will become yang, yang will become in. That's the very nature of manifest reality. So you've got to understand that. So therefore, in Taoism, the Taoist wisdom is throwing tremendous amount of light, which you don't see in the Hindu Shastra, balance. That is, you can't go to the extreme, because when you go to the extreme of yin, it will mature as yang. When you go to the extreme of yang, which is ambition, then it will go into in territory. In means inaction.
So there is both the psychological dependence is there, but there is also the physical possessing the person or possessing the things, and the physical thing also, physical dependency also.
Physical dependency is inevitable because I go to the grocer shop and I want to buy tomatoes, and there should be a farmer who will cultivate the tomatoes, come and sell them to the grocer, and I buy tomatoes from the grocer. That is the way the whole of life is an interconnected web. Nothing wrong with it. That is not giving any pain. But what gives pain is when I invest myself in something, thinking it is of a permanent nature. And then at some point it proves to me that it is evanescent, it is temporary. Then I become disappointed because my investment is only for permanent things, permanent happiness, permanent security.
So the physical dependence is okay. It's because it is necessary for survival.
No, life is an interconnected web.
Yes. Yes.
We will be dependent on each other. That we can't...
that attachment, that kind of possessiveness in the physical sense is okay.
Is okay, yeah.
Okay. But it's the psychological dependence that the world teacher is asking us to look into. and that is breeding this whole jealousy and envy within us.
It is not only breeding jealousy, envy, we've got to go deeper than that. Actually, you're searching for happiness. Actually, why? Because true happiness is your innate nature. True happiness, not temporary and happiness which will be here today and disappear tomorrow, not that kind of happiness, but everlasting happiness, ananda, is our innate nature. Therefore, because it's our innate nature, wherever we go, to whichever market we go, to whichever country we go, in whichever arena we are working, we are looking for this everlasting happiness, which is ourselves. That's what we're looking for. But are we going to find it in the manifest world?
No.
No.
But here it's very interesting here. The happiness is within us.
Yeah.
But we are not looking here.
Yeah.
We are looking outside somewhere for that happiness.
Yeah.
So that becomes that is why the possessiveness comes.
Of course.
So the way you're looking is wrong. So where you're looking for that happiness is in a wrong place.
You will learn it. You will learn it because you made an investment hoping that something will give you everlasting happiness, and then it blows up on your face, and then you still don't learn, of course. Nobody learns, okay, unless you go to a monastery or you're fortunate enough to study the scriptures, then you may start learning. But learning is one of the rarest things. From my experience, I see that. And but if you learn, then what you'll do is you will withdraw your investment. What is your investment? Investment of the self in an impermanent thing.
Oh, so this is a very interesting. So when we are looking into this jealousy and this envy and this loneliness that we are feeling inside, once we discover, hey, whatever we are looking for is not outside there, you will stop investing there
because
completely.
You have undergone deception. You've been cheated by reality.
So that is why it's very important to look at the pain, look at that, so that you can discover that you are investing in a wrong place. That is how it will help.
If you want to go further, see, you have invested. The self is of the nature of ananda. So everywhere it seeks that ananda. Now you find that it is not getting that. Now when you know that, then automatically you withdraw your investment, don't you?
Yes, immediately.
Yeah, immediately. Now take note of it and study that.
Okay.
Because that's an eye-opener. That's a huge eye-opener into the nature of who you are and what you are.
So to simplify for some people here, to understand, whenever there is a discomfort, whenever there is a pain, immediately maybe the way to look at is to see that, okay, the pain is coming from this particular feeling, but this particular possessiveness, this attachment, meaning something is wrong in my investment, or somewhere I am going wrong in that, in that looking into. If we can look into that, maybe the clarity will come to them.
You see, the self.
How would they know that? How would they know that they're investing in a wrong place? How do they go about that?
Okay, very good question. Very deep question. Now you see, look at it, put it on the table, and look at it very objectively. Now I make an investment in a particular mutual fund or something. I'm disappointed and I withdraw my investment.
Yeah.
Then some other friend tells me, no, invest it there. So I invest it in an American fund. Then again I'm disappointed, I withdraw it. Then I invest it in a Chinese fund, and then again I withdraw it. Now these are all metaphors, the American fund, the Chinese fund. It's in whom are we investing? You invest in a friend, you invest in your wife, you invest in money, you invest in land, you invest in your knowledge. You're investing in hundreds of things. And what are you looking for? You're looking for everlasting happiness, everlasting security, everlasting permanence. You think you're going to find it?
No.
Experience tells us that you're not got it till now, and prediction is you will not get it tomorrow also.
But one must make the discovery.
One has to make the discovery. That's the crucial thing.
That's the crucial thing.
Crucial thing.
Go invest there and see
get defeated and come back. Yeah.
Yes, get defeated and come back.
Come back. Yeah.
So everywhere you go and get defeated and come back.
Yeah.
And that is your learning process. That is the way you discover yourself.
Exactly. And that's the lesson Krishnaji wants you to learn. And then go back home. Then take back your wealth and put it back there, then you're looking at the whole of nature. And Krishnaji is mesmerized by nature. He's mesmerized by the mountains, by the trees, by the rivers and everything. And you will be mesmerized in the same way, because you know that the whole thing is a passing show. Now, don't miss it, man. Enjoy it while it lasts.
While it lasts.
That's what this life is for.
Yes. And one must come in touch with oneself.
Right.
And not in a very deceptive way, but in a very realistic way,
yeah.
by actually making this progress
Yeah.
and making the discovery for themselves.
Wherever you see beauty, that beauty is yourself. That beauty is yours. Wherever you see joy, that is the joy of your soul. That's Ananda. And you are the source of everything. And whatever you see outside is a reflection. It is reflecting the Ananda nature of yours.
Can I rewind a little bit and just for the sake of our discussion and the viewers? So we have Maslow's pyramid of needs, or in the Hindu world we call it Purusharthas, right? So when we live our lives, we have a natural tendency to seek certain things at a certain point in our lives.
Correct.
Now, I think we should draw a distinction here, because there are some things that we naturally feel like we want to pursue. Now, what you're talking about is not that. You're talking about certain investment of like sort of investing in a particular thing, let's say even career in this case. Now, I have a feeling that I want to pursue a certain career. Now, can you draw a distinction between
That's an investment, all right. No distinction.
Okay.
That's an investment.
Investment.
You are investing in married life.
Okay.
You are investing in your wife. You are investing in your profession. You are investing in your skill. You are investing in the share market. It's all the same thing.
But where does it go sour? That's the question.
Yeah, where it goes sour, you're going to pull it out. You know that.
Now,
That's-
how does it go sour?
Because
Is it
of the
something within me?
impermanent nature of reality,
Right.
it is not XYZ who are impermanent. It's not individuals XYZ who have deceived you, who have played a very deceptive game on you. No. Reality is untrustworthy.
Reality is untrustworthy.
That's where you got to
So
get.
all of us are in a journey in this learning.
Don't
the
expect
journey
that
of-
things should not go sour. Oh,
Right.
how? So what you're? I think what you're asking is, how do I take the steps so that things don't go sour?
Yes, and also I want to know at which point does it go sour?
Which
Is
point?
it because of me being possessive, or me being in a certain way, investing too much of my security
You
in
know
it?
all the answers. I don't have to tell you, because you know that it'll go to a climax. It'll go right up to the top, then it'll fall down.
Yes.
That's the nature of life. And when it falls down, your self will be displeased. And that self will say, I'm not happy with it, I want it back. So you take back the self. The self was invested, ethereal self, a happiness. Its nature is happiness. You put it outside. Then you say, no, I'm not getting enough returns. They are not loving me. That's what you say. And then you bring it back here. Now bring the whole of it back here. Then
The
enjoy
question
the
is, are you watching it? Are you every step of the way? Are you paying attention to that whole thing and listening to yourself? Sometimes we we know that it's going sour, but still the psychological dependence and the possessiveness and that attachment becomes so strong that we tend to ignore it and we let it become more and more sour.
Yeah.
But we hope that it will get better,
Yeah.
but it never gets better.
No.
And when it becomes too sour and too painful, that is when we say, oh, why is life like this to me?
Then you start inquiring.
Then
you
you
wake up.
yeah.
You wake up.
So whatever stage the sourness it goes, whatever the thing is, we have to, the more earlier you catch it, the quicker you come out of it. That is the key. That is the only way, I think.
I know for different people, the wake up
Different-
call will come at different
different
times. That's
stages.
perfectly okay. And one may get 2, 3, 4, 5 wake up calls. Every decade you may be getting a wake up call. It's okay. But the important thing is to understand that what are you looking for? You're looking for everlasting happiness.
Everlasting.
Don't miss that.
Yes.
Discover that. Now, when you discover that fully, then you know that nobody can give you fulfillment. And then you will release all the people whom you considered as villains, And all the people whom you considered as very bad people, you will just release that completely. Because who is bad? Reality is bad. That is called Maya.
But the important point here is, Guruji, everybody must go through the discovery. They cannot just say, okay, so Master, the world teacher Krishnamurti has told me that the happiness is within you, so I will stop looking everywhere else, and no, that will again be another deception.
Of course, of course.
So one must make that through their own process,
Of course,
in a natural way.
of course.
They must be the only. The only key here is that awareness must be constant, every moment, every time. If that is there, then discovery becomes easier, their journey goes smoother. Can we say that?
No, sometimes the Maya will be so strong, the infatuation
Will be there.
that you will look at somebody and you will say that, you will invest your whole self in that person because that person looks very good, he looks very noble, he looks very spiritual, or looks very lovely. If it's a man-woman relationship, I love her, I love him, that kind of thing. So you'll invest, and then it'll turn sour. Sometime, maybe after 2 years, maybe after 20 years, it'll turn sour, because that's the nature of reality.
Reality.
Not about individuals, no. Reality is like that. Therefore, Krishna says in the Gita that who is very beloved to me? One who renounces good and evil both. He is very beloved to me. Shubha Ashubha Parityagi Yomad Bhaktaha Samepriyaha. He is very beloved to me. One who keeps that outer reality at a safe distance everywhere.
Yes.
Not running behind goodness.
Yes.
Not running away from bad things.
Bad things.
No.
Stay where you are.
Yeah. Stay where you are.
Yeah.
Keep everybody at a safe distance. Then you have it or not.
Yes.
Then you have it.
Then the discovery happens. So this reminds me like a metaphor of a small child learning to stand up. He has to fall, or she has to fall 100 times down before they slowly gain the strength to get up.
Of course.
This process is something like that.
Exactly. It is like that. It's part of life. Part of the whole moment of life. Nothing is wrong with it.
Nothing is wrong with it. No. So
we make too much of ado about it.
So wherever people are, in whatever stage they are right now, it's perfect the way it is.
Already perfect.
Already perfect. Just continue to pay attention, to be more aware, and bring that discovery to yourself.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll be laughing, like the laughing Buddha. Sometimes you'll be weeping. Okay. Both are okay.
Both are all right.
Both are okay.
The process. So I think that is what the world teacher is telling us, that you're afraid of what you are and what you will be, right, Guruji? And so that is why we have to come out of this. We have to become aware of where we are right now and journey from there. Not seeing that whatever happened till now is wrong or bad. We should never think that way. No. We should only see where we are now. And that as the world teacher is telling, the journey begins from where they are and the journey ends where they are, ultimately.
Yeah.
The only thing is that awareness is the only key there.
No, we cannot. You're under the scanner. Because the self is looking for tools.
Yes.
The self is looking for badges. It is looking for recognition. It is looking for what it can get. It's an acquisitive self fundamentally. Why? Because it's a king, it's a Maharaj. It's sovereign.
It's sovereign.
It's sovereign. Okay. Therefore, it always wants to be sovereign. And take married life. You want to be sovereign. Your wife wants to be sovereign. Aren't you going to come to blows with each other?
Yes.
You're going to come to blows. Because both of you want to be sovereign. Both are sovereign. Now, you must have the intelligence to understand. That both are sovereign, and you have to yield. The king has to yield to the queen has to yield to the king. That is wisdom. That is wisdom. And the whole thing is about sovereignty. That's the essence. All of man's troubles come from his sovereign nature. That's why he can't compromise. That's why he is not satisfied with anything. He can't be.
How much ever he possesses, how much ever he gains,
no.
whatever he achieves,
No. Till he comes back home.
comes back home.
So the sovereignty is actually inside.
Inside, yeah. That's who you actually are. You're already that. You're already that. And even all your ambition, all your arrogance is coming from that sovereignty, but in a very misguided and perverted way.
In a false way.
Yeah, in a false way.
We can
So-
call that as a false reality.
I won't say even it's a false reality, because see, Krishnaji censures ambition. He says ambition is poison. I don't say that, because I give a license to ambition in Artha and Kama, because it's there in your chart and you can do nothing about it, and that Adishakti shall put you on the rocket of ambition and she'll fire the rocket. You can't jump out of the rocket. You're done for.
You have to go through it.
You've got to go through it.
But in that going through it also you can discover.
If you are fortunate enough to be awake, if there is an opening for you to be awake, sometimes you'll be so blinded by manifest reality that you can't be awake. You see that happening in the world. So you can be aware. There has to be a time for that, and you have to go on the middle path. And you can't negate this world. No, you can't do that, because this world is real.
Right.
And you can't negate yourself, because you're the principal actor and entity in the whole thing.
Yes.
And you have to do it in a very balanced way.
In a way you are detaching being in the world.
You have to get there. I don't know if you will get there. Yes. One has to get there, yes.
Yes, got it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, namaste. Lovely talking to you, Mataji. Talking to you.